In a moment, we're going to hear from Ruksana. Ruksana currently teaches at the College of Haringey, Enfield and North East London as a business lecturer. She gained QTLA status through Society for Education and Training and has since achieved the advanced teacher status and is now a practitioner researcher with Sunset. Ruksana graduated in India with a degree in business. She relocated to the UK and worked as an accountant with Carla Associates. Along the way, she married, had 3 children, and was a housewife for 15 years. But in 2009, she started her PGCE with the University of East London and became a SET member. Ruksana tells us that gaining SET membership gave her a platform to progress and develop her pedagogical skills in further education. She believes that education can be perceived as a tool for social change when the pedagogy lends itself to learning and development is informed by reflective experience. Ruksana aspires to become a transformational leader in her institution, to live her values and influence her learners with her words and action. So I look forward to hearing from her now. Thank you.
Hello, fellow attendees. I'm Ruksana Patel, teach at Cornell. Today, I am humbled and honored at the opportunity given by SET to represent ATS. I have been a practitioner for 10 years in FE. My experience with SET has been overwhelmingly rewarding and experiential. SET has empowered me towards my professional journey and has given me the skills and respect I desire. I completed my QTLS in 2015-16 and progressed on to ATS, having successfully met the standards for QTLS. So ATS is a professional status that you can gain after successfully completing an e-portfolio and having met a successful Viva interview. It allows you to demonstrate over an academic year how you have reached mastery in teaching and learning. It is a mark of advanced professionalism. Evidence shows that ATS targets practitioners with demonstrable record of commitment, reflective approach, self-motivation, and inspiration. So why ATS, and why did I pursue to do it? In FE, as it was said by Tim Bridgehouse, that in FE, we teachers, we are amazing people. We weave magic in classrooms. We transform lives, and we deserve the respect. And ATS has given me that platform to show a mark of professionalism in the work I do. Embarking on ATS program, I've seen impact in me as a practitioner, on my organization, and on my learners. I have been adapting robust reflective approach since the program. I feel empowered, have sense of pride, and confident. I have been using experimental approach to teaching and learning. I've been challenging my practice using different strategies in teaching, different strategies for e-learning, sharing good practice through mentoring and on SLD days. ATS has confirmed my identity as an advocate for evidence-informed practice. Chartered teacher status has given me the recognition status that runs across entire education spectrum. I have made connections through Twitter and am part of communities of practice such as UK FE Chat and AP Connect. Professional discussions with my mentor have been very valuable, as they have given me a sense of direction in my practice. Consequently, I have been able to transfer these skills to other trainees. ATS helps to create the conditions where learners can feel hopeful, identify their own sense of purpose, and confidently take action. I have seen impact in my classrooms through research-informed practice. I have been constantly evaluating my practice through 20 professional standards. This has led to improvement in my classrooms in the form of professional behaviors. It has instilled confidence and resilience in my learners. There has been improvement in retention rate and achievement rate in my institution. Robust interventions and focused self-assessment and quality improvement plan has minimized risk and secured achievement rates. The case study that I have taken on when I was doing ATS was introducing digital technology to give feedback. I have tried the use of Snagit and screencasting to give digital feedback. I did a little case study on it, and then I was involved in training my colleagues on SLD days. As part of my quality improvement plan, I did a case study on curriculum design in FE. So I did, as part of business and travel, a travel and tourism course that achieved the achievement, sorry, not the achievement, the learners, the recruitment of learners were very low. So as a result, we came up with strategies of how to boost recruitment of learners on this course. As a result, it also has led to outstanding enrichment opportunity for all learners, enhanced vocational industry. I have made links with industry and have developed professional skills and behaviors. So to close this, I would say that ATS has given me the much needed oxygen in my professional career. You should all go for it. Thank you.
So if the stories from Joe and Ruksana have inspired you and you don't currently have QTLS or ATS or want to become a SET member, and there are plenty of the team to talk to or contact us after the event. I gather we have time for some questions though, so it would be great if anyone has any questions they want to ask our two holders of QTLS and ATS about their professional practice or about the statuses themselves. So if there are any questions, please raise your hand, and I'm sure we have some mics at the back. We have a question at the front here.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Ruksana, I'm just interested with regards to the video feedback. Was that a quicker process in giving feedback as compared to the traditional methods? What were the pros? What were the cons? Did other teachers adopt it? Is it widespread now? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Thank you for your question. As part of my case study, my focus was on digital pedagogy. So I tried the use of screencasting and Snagit. Yes, there are pros of this feedback, as learners could see my recorded session of the feedback. They could see exactly where my feedback, where the cursor was, where I was typing, what I was saying. I was also correcting their grammar along the way, not just this vocational side, but also on their function. I was commenting on their use of language, use of sentence structure. Not only that, they could visit the video feedback again and again. Yeah. I did trial this and with one of the group, and I compared the outcomes with the other group, of which I was giving just the written feedback. I did a little focus group, and the outcome of on Snagit and use of screencasting from learners was very positive. Unfortunately, it does require a lot of time. As a result, I could not implement it across the group, and some of the teachers have been using it now, but not all of them. Yeah.
Thank you. Questions, please, for our two ATS and QTLS holders? Yes, one at the front here. We'll just wait for a microphone as well. Will you raise your hand again? Thank you.
Hi, thank you. It's questions really about parity, so it's really for the ETF and SET. And it's been raised locally at our SET CPD events we've held. And again, I agree totally that it's an excellent tool for personal development, and the stories are inspirational, and it's really important. But the question is, do schools and academies really see QTLS as parity to QTS? And if the answer is no, what does the ETF intend to do about it to raise that parity? I've got QTLS and ATS myself, and I'm obviously a bit passionate about it, but from our local event, I was made aware that apparently QTLS is not accepted in Wales by schools and academies.
I can answer part of that question. When I finished my QTLS, I was considering going into secondary schools for a small amount of time, and I applied for 4 secondary schools, and a few years later I applied for head of biology roles in secondary schools because I couldn't really see the progression coming at my institution, and I wasn't declined any interviews, and I made it very clear in my application that I was not a holder of QTS, but I did have QTLS. And I did interview for a few of the positions, and none of them even mentioned it being an issue, or even, and I did mention it in the interview, because I don't want to have to go through this whole process in order to be declined based on something like that. And they said, oh no, it's completely fine. But for a bit of context, I am a science teacher, which is a bit more difficult to place in schools, so I don't know if, I can't speak on if they were kind of taking it as sort of a benefit to have a science teacher, which is generally hard to recruit. But in my experience, it's never been an issue in multiple situations that I've been in.
I think we've got time for one last question, if there are any further questions. Oh, there's a mic there, I think. Yeah.
Can I just mention, following up from what you've just said, I've actually taken part for the last 2 years as being a QTLS reviewer. And one of the things that I've seen particularly in the last 12 months, is more applications coming through for QTLS for people that are actually teaching in the school sector. So there is a lot of parity there between FE and schools with regards to holding QTLS. So I just wanted to make that point.
Great. Thank you very much for that comment, and certainly that's something we've seen at ETF and SET. I think this just gives us time then to wrap up and thank our two speakers once again for the session before we move on to the next one. Thank you.